Hop in the car, don't you worry, babe. I treat you right in a hurry, babe. Driving right over your heart, babe. I'm psychic, I know you've been hurting lately. I've been so loyal, babe. I've been so loyal, babe. Now what about you? I said I've been so loyal, babe. I've been so loyal, babe. What about you? Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Talking about El Magnificent today. Now, so many of you will be like, what do we have? What's El Magnificent about? But I'm here to explain everything in simple form for you. Now, we offer help to our customers and render perfect services. That's the topmost. And then things El Magnificent do in general. That's what I'm going to explain to you. And then we have also a shopping online and marketing worldwide, and we offer services worldwide. But today my main aim is to talk about students who have intentions to study in Eastern Europe. Now, Egg Magnificon, we offer quality services, inviting students to top universities in Europe, Ukraine to be precise. Not only inviting students, but ensuring that their invitation is backed up by support to ensure you have your visa. Ensuring that each of our words are being given accounted for or are thereof. We intend making or giving our students the actual price and amounts of both tuition fee and other required fees to be paid during this registration period. Now, affordable transportation and live schooling, living schooling. Apartments and hostels are affordable, and it's our responsibility to make it very affordable and efficient for each student. Now, resident permits and other permits to allow the students, or to allow each personnel move from one city to another will be provided by the above company, that's El Magnificon. We will also provide, as a campus, we build a relationship between our students and school in case of any impromptu notification from the Minister of Education of Ukraine and students. Legalization and notification, including medical fee, is affordable and cheap, ensuring that our student is taken care of. Now, let's mention schools that we know in Ukraine. National Aerospace University, that's HAI. Medical universities will provide um, such admissions for them. Pharmacy University, Radio Electronics University, University of Economics. For more inquiries, you can contact our customer care on Viber or WhatsApp or Facebook and Instagram at elmagnificon.com. Now, El Magnificon is based in Ukraine and in Nigeria. We have been in service of students processing for the past 5 years, helping students with admission into the best universities around Ukraine. Affordable, easy without stress. No entry exams needed. We are also here to help you achieve your dreams to study your choice of course or your specialization. Now, we also give opportunities to masters in Ukraine too. If you are willing to apply for masters in Ukraine, we also give that opportunity for those out there who want to apply for masters, who want to study further, who want to go further into their education, who want to study what their course and specialty is. You have that opportunity with El Magnificon. Now, about Ukraine, I'll give you some details about Ukraine. And Ukraine is a large country in Eastern Europe, known for its Orthodox Church, Black Sea coastlines, and forested mountains. Its capital is Kiev, features the gold-domed St. Sophia's Cathedral with 11th century mosaics and frescoes. Overlooking the Dnieper River in Kiev, Lava Monastery Complex, a Christian pilgrimage site housing Scythian tomb relics and catacombs containing mummified Orthodox monks, Languages are spoken in Russian and Ukrainian. Both are spoken. Both languages are quite similar with little difference in pronunciation and speech. Ukraine has an area of 603,208 kilometers per square, making it the largest country entirely within Europe and the 46th largest country in the world. Excluding Crimea is a city with Ukrainian territory, taken away by the Russian Federation because they had a clash, and which is still undergoing some processes. Ukraine has a population of about 42.5 million, making it the 32nd and most populous country in the world. Now, it is a beautiful country, safe and affordable. Cost of living in Ukraine, I will give you the cost of living in Ukraine and also cost of studies in Ukraine too. Now, to learn cost of living in Ukraine is important because these are steps by steps procedures you have to follow to be able to understand what you're getting into, which country you're going into. Now, for all foreign students, that's any student, international student, Ukraine is one of the cheapest European countries that makes it one of the best options for studying abroad in Europe. The national currency is Ukrainian graven. That's Ukrainian grivens. One US dollar is equal to 25 grivens. The national currency of Ukraine strongly collapsed a few years ago. Despite the fact that this is a big problem for the country, it is a great advantage for foreign students worldwide. Now you can get more for the same money if you took US dollars with you. Amongst all universities in Ukraine have its own hostels. International students can live there. Price for rooms in hostels will be for 40 US dollars to 100 US dollars. In lots of cases, you live there with one or two roommates. It might be three, but you live there with one or two roommates. Some students prefer to rent a flat. In some cases, if they rent flats for few students, it can be more profitable. The price range for an apartment is very high. It depends on the city, the size of the apartment, and its location center. For example, you can rent one room apartment for 150 US dollars far away from the city center, or even in the city center in small cities. Three room flats will cost you up to 600 US dollars or more. The cost of an apartment depends on the state of repair of the apartment and furniture. Most students live in the hostel and pay more than 70 US dollars per month. Those who rent an apartment usually pay more than 150 US dollars per month. If all depends on your needs. An example of an apartment, we have quite a lot here, quite a lot. Now I'm going to the educational system. The educational system in Ukraine is quite difficult because the country wants every student to have the best results and degrees, which makes it easier to be acceptable around the world. The grading system is quite higher compared to that of Africa or any other country outside. For example, in Africa, 75 and above is an A plus grade. But here you must have a score of 90 and above to get an A plus grade, which for sure makes it difficult, very, very much difficult. But it is also an advantage for international students because someone who studied in Africa, even with a first class degree, cannot be compared with yours. Even if you have a second class degree, as far as you studied and finished in Ukraine, you are quite at top of the game. Cost of study. The cost of study varies because of the institution which you will be studying in. That's number one. The cost of study ranges from 1,000 US dollars to 5,000 US dollars per year. That's per semester. That's per after like 2 semesters. That's a full year, which depends on the cost of study, location, and professional program. It's quite cheaper compared to developed countries like USA, Britain, Germany, France, and others, which you may pay no more than 20,000 US dollars for only tuition fees. Not to talk about cost of living in those advanced countries. Yeah, our services now, we are here to help you achieve your dreams. Should in case you will want to study in Ukraine, we also help to get admission to all universities, visa and other necessary documents needed for study and residence in Ukraine. There is no need for any extra entry exams of any sort. Now, some courses, I can list some courses that you will be studying in Ukraine. That's number one, I have general medicine, I have pharmacy, I have dentistry, I have computer science slash engineering, I have aeronautical engineering, I have economics, I have law, we also provide electrical engineering, electromechanical engineering, information technology, applied mathematics, and oil and gas engineering. And you can also go for the medical students, you can also go into biomedical engineering if you all want to also go into that. Requirements, I'll list there are all three requirements for you. A copy of your passport data page, that's for traveling documents, a copy of your school leaving certificate, your SSEE, your WAEC, your NECO, or bachelor or master's certificate. And lastly, the third one, cost of invitation and admission letter with DHL Postal Services, 550 USD dollars. You can contact us on this email, lmagnificon.consulate@gmail.com, and our phone numbers will be in the link below. Note, all documents must be valid and we only need scanned copies and sent to our official email. Now, thanks for listening, and we love you, and we want to hear more from you. Thank you. You don't pause. Yep. Damn, damn, damn.